Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful people. Hi, Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another moon reading. All right, y'all. I am here for another full moon reading. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne the God, it will not stop me. So, guys, this is going to be a full moon reading. This is going to be a moon reading for the full moon in Capricorn. Whenever you come across this video, it's completely well, I guess maybe this won't be timeless because this is definitely dealing with the energies of Capricorn. I don't know how long these energies last, but I'm really making sure that I am channeling on the full moon so that I am under these energies and making sure that I get them out a little bit closer, because what I've gathered, I told you guys last week, this book, I was like randomly doing dishes, and this book literally called out to me, angel number 114. It is called The Light of Egypt, The Science of the Soul in the Stars. And like, I literally opened it up and it was like this page, at this point, I'd have been all through the book, but it was this page that was talking about how, two things that it talked about. It talked about how every time you do a rotation around the sun, you know, the sun comes back at the exact same point at which you were birthed. Your chart, so remember I was talking to you guys about your birth chart is highlighted, and those energies within your chart is reactivated. Now, when I say energies in your chart, now a lot of us, if you are on Twitter, sometimes you can see like people be like, oh, if you got a third house Capricorn, or if you have this and this placement, then you're gonna be a star, or you destined to be wealthy, and blah blah blah. And it's like, yes, you have the potential to be a star, you have the opportunity to be wealthy, but we have to take those potentials and we have to actually use it. Like, God planted seeds for us when he planted seeds for us at birth. So that's why it's a really good idea to look at your birth chart, and it's want us to actually water those seeds and grow them. So just because your birth chart says such and such, or you read on the internet that if you have a certain house then this is destined to happen, that's not true. It's just letting you know these are the seeds that have been fertilized in your body, and it's on you to either grow certain seeds or try to uproot other ones. Okay. And then another thing that this book mentioned was that about like the full moon and a lunar eclipse, the full moon cycles. The moon is the closest to us, and it's like literally in this book they were like, we can't really give properties of the moon because the moon is just reflective of the earth. So don't you know, like back in the day you used to say it a lot, like, oh, everybody acting crazy, it must be a full moon. But that's really because the moon is showing a mirror of what's happening on earth. It's highlighting, you know, the erraticies, like the things that are happening in your life. So if you have been having a very hectic, chaotic life internally during a full moon, you'll have the potential of that coming externally. You hear what I'm saying? So God wants us to start utilizing the moon cycles to really help either water those seeds or learn how to, you know, get away from those pitfalls. You hear what I'm saying? All right. So what I want to focus on is, first thing first is we're going to, first of all, I'm going to turn this thing off. But first thing I want to do is I'm going to, this is going to be the flow of the reading. I'm going to pull some energies to see what the current energies are, what we can expect of it. I'm going to channel some stuff. These are going to be our ancestors and our angels. We're going to see how they're going to help us under this full moon in Capricorn. And then we're also going to reach out to our star seeds, our light beings, which are the ones that are in the planet, whether you want to believe it or not, that are trying to also help us bring heaven on earth. So I'm going to channel that. And then I'll get us a tool that we can use to really help us ground down those principles and the things and the information that has been channeled to us. And then I'll end it with actually a black angel. I thought that we were going to stick with, and the Knight of Cups came out. I thought that we were going to stick with our auntie, but I was in the shower and it was just like, no, Black Angel. With the Knight of Cup kind of falling out, remember I was telling you guys that when I see this card, some people can see this card and they symbolize an offer coming in. I symbolize this as this woman has made the decision that she is going to trust her emotions, she's going to trust her intuition, and she's going to allow that to guide her and take her wherever it may lead. And she is on her journeys and she's committed, and eventually it's going to take her where she needs to go. So slow but steady, focus, time, and attention on this. So I feel like that's what God is saying. That's what we have been doing. And I feel what he's saying is that we're about to be congratulated. Somebody's about to come in and give us some type of offer. Where it's going to be something that is from childhood. So whether, this is what I'm getting. Whether, God, I told you I had to go. Angel number 554. I wanted to turn that ear off. But these cards came out. I feel like what God is saying here is that either somebody's going to come in and physically offer you something, because you see this woman coming in and giving this little girl, you know, this gift, or, you know, like this candy cone or whatever. Or what I also can see this as you giving something back to your little kids, to your inner child. So maybe you're getting back to your roots. Maybe you're starting to, as a kid, you used to cook or used to dance, used to write, used to read a lot. And now you're starting to get back to that. So it's like you're giving your inner child your flowers. That's also important for you to like really think about those things that you used to do as a child, because sometimes that child never grows up, and sometimes we have to nurture it. And so when you do get those ideas to be like, oh, I want to just go paint, or I want to go read, like, and you used to as a kid, that could be your inner child trying to get your attention. Okay, let's turn this off real quick. And let's get into this reading. Angel number 705. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is a work in process. It is divinely led and divinely driven. And I just try to do what God asked me to do. So I'm learning and going as I can go. Oh, walking away from sneaky behavior. Okay, God. What information do you have for us to become the alchemists of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? God, what information or what energies are we facing under this Capricorn full moon, God? What do we need to know about it, about our energy, potential roadblocks, how to overcome them, or any insight and guidance? God, just make it as plain as possible. In God's name, pray. Amen. Very interesting. This is interesting. I've never did a spread this way. I'm not really that type of spreader, but he just said do that. Okay. Another card that came out is the Seven of Swords reversed, which is very, very good. When I say the Seven of Swords, to me, a Seven of Swords is kind of a sneaky card, a sneaky energy. You feel like you have to walk on eggshells. You don't really know how to talk to somebody. I feel like what this coming out reversed, I feel like God is saying we're moving out of that type of energy. I feel like a lot of y'all are starting to step into your power, because that's the coming out. So it's like you're moving away from tiptoeing around people, tiptoeing around your own feelings, and really starting to vocalize and speak your mind. The current energy that we are kind of going into is a Queen of Swords energy. This Capricorn full moon is giving us the Queen of Swords energy. When I see Queen of Swords, as you can see, she is on her throne, and it kind of gives you like a low key a Cersei vibe, right? Angel number 909. And for me, what that means is that this is a woman who is standing in her power, and people may think that she's a bitch, or like she's selfish, or she's only out for herself, but it's just that she knows what the fuck she wants. You know, like she just don't have time for any bullshit. Like she has boundaries. She doesn't do things she don't want to do. She says what she mean, and she mean what she say. And I feel like us being in this energy is that God is saying it's time to stop tiptoeing. If you're going to start walking the path, if you are really saying that you're going to become the alchemist of your life, if you're saying like, I am going to do everything possible to better myself, to live up to my full potential, to reach my destiny timeline, then God is saying you don't have time for this sneaky bullshit. Like, you don't have time to be around people who make you feel like you have to be sneaky, or like you have to tiptoe around their feelings. Like, you don't have time for that. Set the boundaries and walk the fuck away. And that's what this Capricorn energy is doing. Capricorn also symbolizes death, and it also can symbolize the devil. So like those things that we are addicted to that are not necessarily good for us. God is saying it's time to set those boundaries. It's time for you to make a decision. And I've heard that before. It's time for you to make a decision on what life you're going to lead. Do you really truly want to change your life? Do you really truly want to be better? Do you really truly want to live to your full potential? Then it's time for you to set those boundaries, and it's time for you to start acting like it. With the Page of Swords, this is your current energy, and it's kind of like a little immature energy. I'm not saying that you're immature, but I feel like what God is saying, that's why he's saying we're moving into this energy of Queen of Swords, but right now you're at the Page of Swords. So he wants you to start setting firmer boundaries. He wants you to stop tiptoeing around people's feelings, stop tiptoeing around, I just keep hearing that. Stop tiptoeing around people's feelings. Like, if you don't fuck with them, you don't fuck with them. You don't have to say anything. Actually, right before I was about to start doing this reading, Jasmine from Netflix, Jasmine B. Nolan, she was talking about how her therapist has said, like, why are you waiting for this person to do some type of shady shit for you to be like, I don't trust you? Why can't your feelings and the way that you feel be enough? And that's true for a lot of us. A lot of us, we have these feelings, we get these insights, but because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, because we want to, we don't want to be alone, we want to, fit in and all that stuff, we are immature with it. We say one thing, but really don't mean it. When we do set our boundaries, we're not really firm with it. And God is saying, if you really, truly want to see your power, angel number 1202, under this Capricorn full moon for the rest of this year, you don't have time to operate like this no more. You don't have time to be in this energy. It's time for you to come out of it. So you need to set firmer boundaries so that you can start to see your power. The other card that came out is, I don't even know why this should be a surprise for anybody. Last card that came out is God is saying that the current energies in Capricorn is helping us set firmer boundaries. Our current energy is that sometimes, we try to set our boundaries, but there's still like a people pleaser inside of us. And so we don't really be as firm as we need to be. But God is saying in order for us to see our full potential, then we need to set those firm boundaries. Angel number 1244. It's just like, I realize that peace cannot dwell in chaos. Like, it's like if a situation is chaotic, like, just take it for what it is. Don't keep hoping and wishing that it'll get better. If you keep being nicer, it's not going to get better. Set the boundary. People are who they are. I think Dr. Maya Angelou had that quote, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Okay? This should be no surprise with the Queen of Cups underlying all of this energy, because God is saying it's time for you to really look at all these queens out here. We got both of the queens, and the king poked up because he's like, this is the graduation. Oh my God. This is about to step into your new season. Abundance is coming. But first you need to stand your ground. So it's like, God is like, I have all of these good things coming for you. I can make you feel empowered. I can help you get to the job and to the profession that you want to be in. But first I need you to change this energy. Like, you need to just be more firm on your boundaries, and don't be afraid to walk away from things that are no longer serving you. And what's going to help you do all of this is becoming the Queen of Cups. As we see her sitting on her throne, she's sitting at the sword. Whatever comes up, she has no problem with putting it in her cup and really looking at it. And so that's how you have to be. Maybe these next 2 weeks, because that's what came out to me, these next 2 weeks, when you find yourself feeling emotions of being like, I can't really trust this person, or I don't feel like, honor your feelings. Honor the fucking feelings. Set the boundary so you can see your power. Also, the reason why I told you guys that little story in the beginning of this, angel number 1440, is because that book called out to me while I was doing dishes, right? I said maybe 2 or 3 months ago, like, God is telling me to start doing moon readings. I have no reason. I have no idea why I'm being pushed in this direction, but I'm just going to do it. Angel number 1455. And so 3-4 months down the line, this book calls out to me and tell me exactly why I need to start doing moon reading. So what God is trying to get you to understand is that you're not going to always understand it right away. You know, like you're not going to always get it, but it's not for you to get mentally. It's for you to understand it emotionally and physically, you know, like energetically, you know, like it's all about you. It's about you syncing with your feelings, to trust your emotions, right? Okay. I hope that made sense, because I feel like I lost myself. I feel like I lost myself in the end, but really, really quick to recap, because I feel like I'm losing myself. We are currently in this energy of the Queen of Swords. God is asking us to set firmer boundaries. Our energy towards this energy right now is that we're a little bit immature. We're not really, comfortable with setting boundaries. We kind of don't want to hurt people's feelings. We want to take the back away. But God is saying, in order for us to see our true power, in order for us to see our full potential, we have to sync up with our emotions and trust our intuition and the information that it's giving us. Pretty straightforward. Okay, ancestors, angels, beings of light, is there any information that you would like to say for this reading? Would you like to clarify the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and Queen of Cups? Also, 2 or 3 cards. There's a lot of swords out here, so it's all about communication. How you talk to people, how people talk to you, how you allow people to talk to you. Don't let nobody talk to you crazy. That's my new thing. I don't play that shit. Talk nice to me. I don't play that shit. I swear. I know my job is like, who is this girl? Because I've had an evolution, because I came in as a little bit, oh my God, come on, God. Come through with it, bringing it together. I came through immature. Yeah, I had a degree and I had a master's and I worked in public accounting, but I also wasn't really sure on how to be in corporate America. Like, it was all new to me. Angel number 1734. And so I used to tiptoe around stuff. I allowed people to say certain things, or I didn't say things because I didn't want to cause conflict. But now I'm like, bitch. Now I'm fully seeing. And the funny thing is, when you do speak up, and we have a reading on here, when you do speak up, things change. Like, I literally went to one of my managers one time. Well, he wasn't even a manager, like the big boss, and was like, look, this place is chaotic. And like, I'm like 2 seconds from being like, I can't be here anymore. And he like asked me to explain it. And I wasn't like emotional about it. Like, I was very matter of fact. Like, this place is chaotic. I don't know if you are aware. I don't know how you did that. And then I saw my power. Things change. And now it's like a floodgate has been opened. I can't like undo it. It's like I can't not talk up. I cannot speak up. Like, even when I be in meetings and it's not directed towards me, if somebody's talking crazy, I'm gonna say something. Because like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, this is just a job at the end of the day. Like, and I don't know what people gonna get their ass beat. Gonna fuck around, make their job get their ass beat, because these people be taking these jobs too serious. And it's like, bitch, this is just a job at the end of the day. This is just something that's just paying you. This isn't your life title, bitch. You ain't Beyonce. You ain't nobody. Like, you're literally, in the grand scheme of things, you're nobody. You just are a project, like, so it's like when you get, let me calm down, because I feel like I'm ranting. When you know who you are, you don't allow people to talk to you any type of way, because when you don't know who you are, you place your value on shit like your job title. You place value on shit like the car you drive. You place value on shit like how much money is in your bank account. When you don't know who the fuck you are, that becomes who you are. And that's why people be on their jobs, they get the power trip, and they be talking people crazy and all that other stuff. But I've been around people who for real got money and who for real got some power, and they don't act like that. They don't act like that. So it's like, when people are on a job and I am encountered with that energy, I don't match it. I just see it for what it is. It's like, damn, your life is so whack that you just have this job to depend on. You know, like, it's kind of sad at the end of the day when you really think about it. Like, anyways, I don't know where that came from, but I say all that to say, speak up. Like, and honestly, it's like, you don't have to always do it. The cards that came out was humor. You don't always have to do it in a who the fuck you talking to way. Like, 9 times out of 10, I'll say like a sarcastic joke or something like you can say it, you can ease the temper, ease the bluntness of it. Like, you don't have to be so in your face with people. You know, like, I may say it, but it's like the energy and how I feel inside is like, who the fuck are you talking to? But I may be like, oh, like, hello? You know, like, excuse me? You know, like, bringing the humor, but also being like, bitch, check yourself. We're at work. You know, put your skirt back down. You ain't talking to your kids. And sometimes people have to realize that. And so I do feel like the reason why I'm talking about work so much is because I feel like this may be a work situation. I feel like maybe you may be in a position where you actually do like your job and it's actually something that you can see yourself doing, but it's just like the people around it, or maybe you are like younger in your field and like people don't really respect you, maybe because they're like, you always are joking around or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, God is saying, you don't have to change who you are. If you're a naturally humorous person, then you don't have to change that. Just set firmer boundaries. Like, and that's the thing that people have to realize. Like, you don't have to be an asshole, you know, like you could just be like, no, bitch, you know, like, I have boundaries. You don't have to, you know, like, I just feel like somewhere in our community, and not even community, like, I just feel like somewhere in this world, people think it's cute to be an asshole. People think it's cute to walk around with nasty ass attitudes. People think it's cute to be like, what the fuck, bitch? You know, like, it's like, and it's not. Like, you walk around with an attitude all day, checking people all day, like, that energy is fucking draining. And you don't have to be that way. Like, you also don't have to be super, you can be nice and not let people walk over you. I just feel like God is saying it's necessary for you to stand in your power and be the humorous person that you want to be. Also, I feel like God is saying, what our ancestors and our angels are saying for humor, they're like, don't take this time so seriously. Like, just because you have to set boundaries, that don't mean that you have to stop having fun. Like, just because you can't do things with the normal people that you used to do it with, you can still go do it by yourself. I challenged myself to go out, and guess what, y'all? I took myself out, unfortunately, because ain't nobody at work. They wasn't serving food, but I still got a drink, and then the man next to me paid for my drink. So it's like, take yourself out, humor yourself. Just because you're setting boundaries and you're cutting certain people out your life, it doesn't mean that your life have to be boring. Like, you gotta have fun. When you feel better, you do better, right? For our Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords, depth came out. And it's about these emotions. And for some reason, that's why I keep getting that immature energy. It's like, there's something about you that you don't want to go on your emotions. Like, maybe that's why you use humor a lot, to try to, like, you know, deflect from the situation, or to not really, you don't like confrontation. I get that. You don't like confrontation. You really don't like going into your emotions. That's why these two cards are out. But what God is trying to let you know is that it's necessary. Like, in order for you to see your full power, to see your full potential, you have to go in your emotions. Y'all, that's why we here. Like, God would not give us emotions if they were bad. You know, like, they are literally here to give us information. Like, if you could just think about your emotions as your GPS, like, it tells you everything. You don't even need, like, half the time, and I promise y'all, I'm not saying this to, like, big myself up, but I know shit that I don't even know how the fuck I know it. Like, I will know some shit, or I'll say some shit on this channel to y'all, and then I'll go and I'll listen to like a fucking scientist or somebody, or fucking monk or somebody like that, and I'll like, they'll be saying the same shit I said, but just in another way. So it's like, well, where did that information come from? Did I just already know it? Or did some information get downloaded to me? Is it because I'm so in sync with my emotions that I'm able to easily listen to the information? I just feel like this world has gotten us so used to having these matrix and being like, oh, I have to have a job, or I have to have a job certification. Like, what the fuck you need a job? What you need a certification for to be a life coach? What the fuck you need a certification for to do meditation? Like, it's like this world has taken... Anyways. Nonetheless, I feel like what God is saying is that you need to be able to go into your emotions so that you can understand and see the power, and also understand yourself. Also, I feel like when you respect your emotions and when you honor them, it's not hard for you to set boundaries, so you don't have to do it in such a harsh way. Really, really quickly, Play came out with Seeing Your Power, and I feel like what I actually have been realizing is that when you are not... It's like, I feel like sometimes we can get so caught up in being like, oh, I want to manifest. And it's like, you do know by just you focusing on it a lot, it's actually pushing it away. Like, you being like, I want to manifest, it's actually like pushing it away, because you're telling the universe, it's not here yet, right? And what I've been realizing is like, when I'm just like in flow, and that means just going with the flow, when I'm just having a good time, when I'm just doing the next thing that's going to make me happy, not thinking further down the line, shit just pop up. Really good example. Today, I knew that I needed to go get insurance because I need to get my registration. As you know, the Secretary of States are all backed up because of COVID. And I don't know, like, it was like something told me, man, this is so crazy. The location I went to was 7.7 miles away, and I just have a thing about 7. So I was like, oh, well, I must mean I got to go to that location. And so I went to that location. I mean, as soon as I walked in, the vibe was right. The guy was like super duper helpful. I cracked a joke to the guy at the Secretary of State. And guess what? Like, I was like, damn, I'm like, can't nobody get no appointment? I'm like, come on, let me get an appointment real quick or whatever. And he's like, oh, you can get anything. And I was like, you know, at first I thought he was just playing. And when I tell y'all, I was able to get my insurance, get my registration, get a good little deal on some weed. Like, my day was amazing. And it's because I set my tone and I wanted to have a good day. I had my rose quartz on, and I just went out in the world, and shit just happened. It's not even like, the thing I want y'all to understand is like, true magic, I think I said this before, true magic is so natural that it's like breathing. Like, if you just stop trying, you will start seeing your power. If you just stop like shrinking yourself and like making decisions out of fear, you'll see your power. Last thing, with tenderness, and with tenderness, the Queen of Cups came up, and again, this is like our ancestors telling us, like, don't be so hard on yourself. You're human. You're supposed to have emotions. Sometimes it's not gonna feel good. Like, it's just like, but you have to get it out. And I've realized I've been lately just allowing myself to just cry. If I want to cry, I just cry. Or if I'm frustrated, I'm just frustrated, and I just let it out. I'll speak, I'll cuss, I say what I need to say, and then I feel better. A lot of us we feeling so much, and you feeling so fucked up because you keep sucking it in. You keep sucking it down. But it's like, if you just let it out, you'll feel so much better. Last thing, starseeds, inner beings of light. Is there anything you would like to say? I want to kind of wrap this up pretty soon. Would you like to clarify this message of depth, humor, tenderness, and play? Earth guide, just letting us know that we are here to be an earth guide and to trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers you seek. So they're just clarifying what I've been saying for a while. And light, it is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. That came out for play in the Page of Pentacles, play, light. I don't know how clear that can be. God is saying he's ready for you. He's ready to help you. Our ancestors and our angels, they're all ready to help you. They say they're gonna do it with some humor. They're gonna let you have some fun. They're gonna be nice to you. but you're gonna have to go through the depth of your emotions in order for this to happen. If that's your wish, if your wish is to start working with your spiritual team, you gotta step into your emotions. If you really want to see your true power, you really want to see how to do some real magic shit, step into your emotions. Start listening to your intuition, and it will literally take you to the answers you seek. All right, I think that's it, y'all. Okay, let's get a tool. God, what is a tool that we can use under this Capricorn full moon? Do y'all see this? Did y'all see that? That's the tool. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are still sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thought and all. Okay, excuse me. Wow. Okay. The two cards that came out. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thought. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences that come to you come in response to your vibrational invitation. So that's why it's important for you to have humor, be lighthearted, but then also set firm boundaries. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational requests you are emanating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. And so, oh, wow, that was crazy. You are always noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational request you are emanating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. And so I just told you guys this story about how just to go get some insurance, everything turned out perfectly. People helped me that I don't even know, seeing my power. That's letting me know what type of headspace I'm in. You people always want to know, am I on the right track? Am I on the wrong track? What God is saying is, look at your life. Look at how your life is going. Look at the things that you are attracting in your experiences, the encounters that you're having. Are you having positive ones? Are you having things that are inspiring you, making you feel your power, making you feel like you have some help? Or do you find yourself running into a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil? Because what could be happening is you have this limiting belief that, oh, people don't love me, people don't like me, people aren't kind, and the world is full of assholes. And so your experiences is you're going to keep seeing different assholes, So what God is saying, think about, look at your life, look at what's happening to you. And right away when I read that, I'm like, oh, I can tell that I am not only on the path that I want to be on, but I'm in the vibration, I'm in the vortex that I want to be in. I want to be in a community that helps. I want to be in a community that see each other as equals. The guy in the insurance shop, he was a Chaldean, and he was talking to me about how he don't like white girls and how he wish he could be with a black girl, but because him being a Chaldean, he can't marry a black girl. Just insane. But it's that's the type of world I want to live in, where we can just have those type of conversations, because that just gave me a whole idea for a book, so it's that's the type of world I want to live in. And as I keep having those type of experiences, it just lets me know I'm vibing the right way, no matter the little bullshit that I come across. And also that's why God is saying you need to understand that bullshit is going to happen. To become an alchemist, you don't need everything to be okay for you to be okay. I'm going to say that again. To become an alchemist of your life, you don't need everything to be okay for you to be okay. It's about learning how to stand in your power and seeing the reality of stuff, seeing things for what it is. Oh, this is just a temporary circumstance that I'm in. I don't like my job. I don't like all these people. But if I keep focusing on it, it's just gonna bring my vibration down and down and down. But if I turn my attention to the things that are working, turn my attention to the people I am connecting with, you see what I'm saying? Last message: our opinions about our opinion about our children can influence their behavior. Oh, this is a message for someone. The more you see things in your child, the more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, the more of that you will see. And so the behavior that you elicit from your child is more about you than it is about your child. This is actually true of all relationships. But since you think about your child more than you do of most others, your opinion about your child plays a greater role in its behavior. And so again, with us going right back to this Queen of Swords energy and why it's important to set boundaries, but not doing it from a harsh place, what God is trying to get you to understand is that how you feel and how you relate to people, like, God, help me, please help me. Give me the words for this. Give me the words for this. How do I explain this? How do I explain this? Because it's coming from this Page of Swords and this Seven of Swords energy. Our opinion about our children can influence their behavior. What you see magnifies. So say if you're in a relationship, and they use this example as children because they're saying that your child, you have a greater influence over them, because if you act super strict on your child is going to do whatever they got to do to get you to see them better. And it's more of them playing to you versus them honoring who they really are. Why is this important for us, God? Mirrors, reflections. The more you see, and the more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, the more of that you will see. When you focus on a negative in any situation, in any relationship, that's the more you're going to see it. If you think your dude is cheating, every single thing he does is going to look like he's cheating, even if he ain't doing it. But it's like, until eventually it manifests itself or something happened. But I feel like what God is saying is like, we have to realize that the energy and what we believe to be, what we believe to be true about people dictates what type of relationships we have and what type of people we attract into our life. And so if you are a type of person who be like, niggas ain't shit, you can't trust these niggas, you can't trust these women, they're sneaky, they don't, they're not trustworthy, they don't know how to set boundaries, whatever you want to say, then of course those are the type of people you're going to attract into your life, right? So that's why it always comes back down to us. It always comes back down to you and your emotions and what you really do want. What you really do want to attract. Okay? For the people who do, I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. Yeah. For the people who do have children, I just feel like this is a message for you as well. Don't block your kid. Let's break that cycle. Look at that. I did a clear cut to this. Let's break that cycle. Let's break the cycle, angel number 3812, of trying to think that we know what's best for our kids. You don't know. These kids, they're actually way more closer to the veil. They're actually way more closer to remembering what the fuck they know from the other side. These kids came down here equipped with what they want to do. I think it was an Iman Shepherd interview that he was doing, and he was talking about like how his daughter was doing backflips and all this other stuff. And he was like, that's not something I wanted for her. We just let her do shit. We just, let her do whatever she wants to do. Your role as a parent is to be a guide. Set firm boundaries, but do it lightly. Do it with love. Explain why you're setting the boundaries. Explain why they couldn't do this. Don't also be sneaky. Like, also when you're having a rough day, or when you do something that you snap on your kid, apologize. Tell them, look, I'm sorry, mama was inappropriate. I'm having a rough day. I didn't mean to do that, because the kids internalize all of this shit. If you are just now coming on this channel, go back and look at all these videos. And half of my videos, I'm talking about how fucked up my childhood was and how I'm trying to undo the shit from my childhood. Is when we start realizing how critical it is to be a parent. Those first 1 to 4 years, you are literally creating how this person is going to, their self-esteem, what type of friends they're going to attract, what type of experience, how far they're going to go into the world, what type of relationship they're going to attract, what type of things they're going to allow into their life. You have that responsibility as a parent. And that's not saying that your life is totally, and I feel like that's why God is saying, no, your kid needs to see you as a whole person. No, your kid needs to see you as a fully realized person. That's why you need to keep following your intuition. You need to keep going down this path to change your life for the better. But what he's also saying is that trust your child. Let their light radiate in this world. Don't dim your child light, thinking that you know where that person is supposed to be. Yeah. Don't dim that. Don't dim your baby light. I feel like somebody baby is hella powerful. Like, I mean, I've been hearing that a lot. Like, these babies coming in now are going to be like baby geniuses. They also talked about that in the book, because it's like a 600-year cycle, and I think we're either at the tail end of it, and all of those babies and where they say Jesus and Buddha was created, we're entering that time. But yeah, don't block your child. You don't know who the fuck your kid could be. Your kid could be the next better than what we ever fucking had. Because I'm tired of us comparing people to people. People are who they are. This gonna be the next better than who they are. Look at Simone Biles. Look at the girl on the track. Like, we are limitless. What is impossibility? What does impossibility mean? In this time that we're in, that word don't even mean nothing no more. We're in a record-breaking time. This is going to be the fastest time of self-made millionaires for Black people. Lot of Black billionaires are about to be created. A lot of new industry leaders. Like, I'm just telling y'all, that's why God is like, get into the fucking flow. Because it is about to go down. Like, this is a beautiful fucking time. This is a beautiful time. All right, God. Last message from our angels, our romance angels. God, is there anything that you want us to know about this message of depth, intuition? Well, I guess, God, what does this Capricorn full moon do for our love life, God? What can we look for in our love life, God? What can we look for in our love life? What's coming in our love life? Angel number 40. I'm sorry. I really don't be wanting these messages to be long, but it's like they do it anyway. So for Capricorn full moon, what's coming in our love life is getting to know each other. Angel number 4304. Fine. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your inner self to each other, your bond deepens. So I did a message on a channel about are you afraid of intimacy? A lot of sometimes we think that, you know, we're not experiencing the love that we want because of the other person, but it really be because we don't want to go into our emotions. We're afraid to have those deep conversations. And so I feel like as you're setting those boundaries, or, you know, as you're having fun during these next 2 weeks, take the time to get to know each other. Take the time to have intimate conversations. If you find yourself, no matter who this person is, if you find yourself having an intimate conversation with someone, really open up to them. Really allow yourself to go there, to go into the depth of your emotions, because you never know what may come from that, what idea may manifest from that, what material bond may manifest from that, what business venture may go for that. So I feel like this is going to be a really good time for networking for us. I feel like we're going to be, in the next 2 weeks, you're going to be meeting a lot of new people. Yeah, meeting a lot of new people, having fun. But God is saying, but still stay in your boundaries. No matter what, stay in your boundaries. And last thing is past life relationship. You have known each other before. So career and finance, oh no, I'm not going to take that. But career and finance issues are a factor in your love life right now. So if for my people that may be watching this, that you're in a relationship, if you guys are having some financial issues, and you really don't want to talk about it, you really don't want to go there, God is saying for these next 2 weeks under this Capricorn full moon, tell that person, tell them like what you're going through, what you're experiencing, what what you're nervous about, and you never know what's going to manifest out of this, or how it may help you down the line. This person may have tools and techniques, or they may just help you. Like, I don't know, like I just feel like during these next 2 weeks is very important to not be afraid to go into depths of your emotions and having intimate conversations. Like, go there, but also standing in your power. And then if you may, as you're getting to know somebody, if you do find yourself, you meet somebody, and keep it open. Oh my God. I feel like I done leveled up, y'all. I'm sorry. But because I was thinking that's so crazy. Damn. But anyways, so if you do find yourself, you meet somebody and it feels like it's moving a little quickly, or like you just like, damn, like this is going deep really quick. Remember, you did the work, boo. Like, this may be a past life connection, or it may just be like this. Maybe or it may just be something that you need to experience right now to help you manifest a new reality, or let you see what's new. Whatever you do, have fun. Like, just keep it light, keep it playful, but keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types of expectations. So, like I'm telling y'all, this is a very good time to put yourself out there, to do things that you wouldn't normally do. And you never know, like, what may come for you. All right, last message, God. Give us a final message to wrap all of this up in a beautiful bow. Sorry. Oh my God, y'all. Angel number 4650. All right, universe, what do you want us to know about this full moon in Capricorn? What is a note that you would like for us to know for this full moon in Capricorn? What is something that we should keep on our mind for this next 2 weeks? Thank you. You'll find what you seek. I love it. You'll find what you seek. That made me happy. If you ever suddenly found and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomically that you will again. If you haven't found yet such a person, chances are you will. It's up to you, the universe. So again, like I was saying, put yourself out there. What God is trying to get you to understand is that you have the power to live the life that you want to lead. Okay, I'll say it. I was listening to, I still haven't watched the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the reunion, but like when, I think I saw two things. I saw something from Kim talking about she wants a type of husband that can, stay home and watch the same type of TV shows as her. And then I saw something with Kanye talking about, well, he wants a girl that is more creative. And what that let me know is that when them two got together, they weren't thinking about love. They wasn't thinking about what they needed to fulfill them. They were thinking about the image, the life, and what it would be. I feel like what God is trying to get you to understand is when you set your mind to how you want to live, what you want to experience, the universe has no choice but to bring you that. So if you want to have a loving relationship, if you want to be powerful in your career, if you want to really contribute to the world and really show things better, and you feel that way in your soul, and then you move that way, you set those boundaries, you don't be sneaky, you stand in your power, you're not afraid to go in your emotions. God is saying you will find what you seek. It has no choice but to happen. And it's not something that we don't even have to be doing it every full moon, because God is saying once you understand, once you get into your power, once you start tapping into yourself, then you'll see it. The world has no choice but to change. The world has no choice but to move and to make accommodations for you. Last thing, don't be misled. When fear speaks, oh my God. When fear speaks, it's always wrong unless being chased by wildebeest. When love speaks, it's always right and usually bouncy. So I feel like what God is saying, do not allow fear to lead you. If you are having issues in your relationship, if it's finances, or if you're not happy in your job, or if you're not happy in your relationship, have the conversation. Something's going on at work, have the conversation. Something going on within yourself, have the conversation. Create the space for new love. Also, I feel like love is coming in. I told y'all, every card that I got is about partnerships and love. God is ready to bring heaven on earth. I feel like it's happening. Like it. I feel like it's gonna happen. Angel number 5020. I'm like, God is really on some like takeover type shit. All right. Intuition, earth guide, light, depth, humor, play, tenderness, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. So much stories. Watch your communication during these next 2 weeks. And then you'll find what you seek. Don't be afraid. Also, don't put up a mask. Be yourself. Because what the fuck? It's going to go away eventually. Be yourself. Watch who you create. If you want love, become the love that you want to be. All right, y'all. Last message, guys. Please wrap this message up with a bow. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Guys, I apologize for it being long again. But also, I ain't in charge of nothing. That's why I learned in therapy. It's like the sooner we realize that we are not in charge of a damn thing, the better off we will be. All right. The prayer. This is what we're going to end on. Angel number 5135. The prayer. If you guys ever want to, you want further clarification, or you want to know something, you want me to expand upon something, send me an email. The information is on my website and it's down below. You know faith. You recognize and honor that which we cannot see with our eyes. You speak most clearly about faith, love, and compassion. You know well these qualities of life are not about another person as much as they are the elixir. Excuse me. I'm going to start over. You recognize and honor that which we cannot see with our eyes. You speak most clearly about faith, love, and compassion. You know well that these qualities of life are not about another person as much as they are the elixir or light connecting us all living beings to each other. The home you live in is important as it is your sanctuary, your temple. On the waking path, you do not have to see, feel, touch, or understand in order to believe, trust, or have faith. You are the messenger of spirit. Your sense of life is steeped in the philosophy that intangible things such as love, intuition, and faith are often the most unexplainable yet influential forces in our lives. You can be a mystery of sorts to people, but this does not concern you. As a prayer, you are sometimes misjudged for not being aware of the realities in the world. However, the unknown is fundamental to your being open to new divine realities that may be tangible or understood. On the other hand, you can avoid worldly realities if it seems too difficult to face and find yourself basking in the heavens without your feet planted on the earth. In relying on the messages from Spirit, you are often disappointed. These disappointments can come from expectations. These disappointments can leave you hopeless and joyless. It is hard to have faith when life has been difficult. You may have even become fatalistic. This fatalistic approach to life can only lead to soul sleeping. For your healing and soul revival as a prayer, understand that faith is a type of knowing that involves an understanding of how you perceive your own life. Your perception of life dictates what kind of faith you embrace. Blind faith or knowing faith. Blind faith is broad and vague with no grounding in your own experience of life. Knowing faith involves a clear view of what you are trusting in your life. To be fatalistic is not to trust anything or anyone. Prayer, you have all the time in the world. Decide what is real for you while remaining open to the unknown and new powerful experience in life to base your faith. Angel number 5433. So I'm going to leave it there. One thing that it did say that really stuck out to me was in relying on messages from spirit, you are often disappointed. These disappointments can come from expectations. These disappointments leave you hopeless and joyless. So I feel like for sometimes it's hard for us to trust God because we feel like, well, I got this sign from God and God, he didn't give it to me. And so you built up resentment to God. Instead of thinking, well, I asked God for this thing and it didn't come, maybe that thing wasn't in alignment with me. I asked God for this job, I didn't get this job, maybe it wasn't where I'm supposed to go. This card, this prayer, and what this message is trying to get you to understand is that God is not asking you to have a blind faith. A blind faith is, oh God, just make my life better. That's also, if all you can say is, I just want my life to be better. I just want to feel better. You don't know anything about how it happened, how you want that to come about. How you think God gonna bring it about? I just want it better. I just know you have to be an active participant. That's why it's important for you to look at your emotions so you can know what you want. It's just as important to know what you don't want so you can know what you do want. So what this is saying is God is saying, create a vision for your life. Create how you want your life to be, and don't stop until your life looks like that. Don't move. And don't look, it say don't be misled and you will find what you seek. Don't move in fear. Don't make decisions in fear. I realized that it was another message. I think it's coming out Monday. Now I don't know when it's going to come out, but when you operate in fear, you manifest more fear. You manifest more of that circumstance. So when you make moves in love, even when you're scared, you manifest love. When you move with a knowing faith, you manifest, come on, an amazing miracle, right? Because and what God is trying to get you to understand is it starts in your mind. It starts right here. It starts in your belief. It starts with the words that you're telling yourself. It starts with the actions and how you move in the world. If you want to be a boss ass bitch, how can you be like this? How can you be sneaky? How can you be afraid to tell your boundaries? If you want to have a loving and healthy relationship, how can you be afraid to talk to your partner? How can you be in a relationship with somebody you can't even talk to? What do you want? You got to ask yourself that. Look at it clearly. Because look, all this shit by my eye. Take the blindfold off. Look at your life and ask yourself, what do I want? I realized today, I'm like, damn. When I wake up and I ain't got to punch in or log on here, I am so happy. I am so at peace. I'm ready for the best day ever because I'm so clear on what I want down to the nigga that I want. Like, I'm so fucking clear. I would never date somebody just because they got money. I would never date somebody just because they a certain amount of clout. I ain't enough energy in the world. Ain't enough money in the world for me to fake no love for somebody. In the world to fake love for somebody. I'm gonna be I want real fucking love. I want a real fucking life. I want to be real fucking amazing. Angel number 5850. But you have to set those boundaries if you want it. You have to be willing to be willing to have intimate conversations. You have to be willing to have an open mind. To have what you never had before, you got to do something you ain't never done before. You got to move differently. People keep talking about, oh, do mantras, oh, do this. No, nigga, start moving differently. Angel number 5920. All right, free yourself. Shit, look, it's time to take control back of your life. I didn't even say that. God said it. Free yourself. Free yourself. I just feel like the reason why there is like about to be a floodgate opening is because people are about to realize like God is freedom. God wants us to be free. God is love. I'm done. All right, y'all. So to wrap this on up, this full moon, and I know y'all, because it's just like I just realized like I don't like how people portray God. Like I don't like how people try to make God seem super strict, or they try to make it seem like, oh, you can't do this or you can't cuss. God knows who the fuck he created, you know, like and he wants us. That's why tenderness came out. Like he's so compassionate. Like he's so forgiving, and he's so like, he don't even judge us for it. Cause he's like, I know who you are. Like, I was like crying, and I'm like, I did all this, I'm cussing, I'm mad, I'm like, you keep saying that you're gonna help me, you ain't helping me, and then 2 seconds later, something else happened, and I'd be like, oh, damn, God, like, I'm sorry, but it's like, I know you gonna do all of this, but you're gonna do it anyway, you gonna go through all of these motions, but you're gonna do it anyway, because that's what I created, he's better than our parents, he's more than our parents, like, he is like I could just only imagine. He's what a true parent is. And I tell y'all this as a child. Sometimes I feel like a parentless child. The love I get from him. And for me to be in such a lonely space, to feel this love and this compassion, it literally sometimes brings me tears. Like and I want everybody to know this because he wants you to know this. He like, I want to give so much to you. I want to give the world to you. But I can't give it to you if you don't feel like you're worthy of it. I can't give it to you if you keep holding on to people who make you feel less than. I can't give it to you if you won't even admit that you want to live the life you want to live. So I feel like under this Capricorn full moon, it's time to make the decision. What type of life are you going to live? How are you going to move in this world? Are you going to create room and create space for love? Or are you going to be misled and continue to live the bullshit? The choice is totally up to you. But if you really want to be about this life, God is telling you, you will find what you seek. And all you have to do is go inside of you. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, girl, you better subscribe so you can come along and never miss out. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. Take care. Bye.